Once Upon a Time in LA was supposed to be Draco's second official performance. While Draco was waiting to perform, Al Green sang Love and Happiness, mesmerizing the crowd. There were two ways to access the backstage. The first was an entrance within the festival, fenced and manned by a lone security guard, while the other was through a checkpoint where Draco and his entourage were searched and stripped of weapons. At exactly 8 p.m., Draco was backstage chilling with his homies, when a ninja yelled, "Fuck the Stink Team, fuck Draco." Since Draco was the leader of the Stink Team, he and his crew went straight to confront the dude without hesitating, but they were never prepared for what was about to happen. 6 guys wearing ski masks and crimson hoodies squared up in fighter stances to prevent the Stink Team from approaching the dude, which led to a fight between the two parties. Well, 6 against 6 was supposed to be a fair one, but when 40 to 60 gang members known as Blood appeared from nowhere in red, you're wrong if you think these men came to rescue the Stink Team. It seems clear that the initial confrontation with the 6 ski-masked men was actually a trap to lure Draco and the Stink Team into a fight. So many punches were exchanged and someone in a black ski mask was handed a knife. At that moment, Draco was separated from his team, and the man who was given a knife made his way to the rapper and was stabbed to death.
The developing story for us, rapper Draco, the Ruler, was stabbed to death at a concert in
Rapper Draco, the Ruler, fatally stabbed behind the main stage area as a fight broke out around 8:30 p.m.
Eyewitnesses reported that Draco was stabbed in the neck at 8:30 p.m. and by 8:40 p.m., the paramedics arrived at the scene and transported him to a nearby hospital, but he was later confirmed dead. Other celebrities like Snoop Dogg, YG, Ice Cube, 50 Cent, and The Game, who were supposed to perform that very day, had to cancel their show because of what had happened. Snoop Dogg took to his Instagram the following day to share his perspective on the tragic evening and offer his condolences to the late rapper's loved ones. He said, "I'm saddened by the events that took place last night at the Once Upon a Time in LA festival." Snoop began his post on Instagram. "My condolences go out to the family and loved ones of Draco the Ruler. I'm not with anything negative, and as one of the many performers, I was there to spread positive vibes, only in my city of LA. Last night, I was in my dressing room when I was informed about the incident, and I chose to leave the festival grounds immediately. My prayers go out to everyone affected by the tragedy. Please take care, love one another, and stay safe, y'all. I'm praying for peace in hip-hop." After the incident, fans pointed accusing fingers at the security team's lapses because assuming the security was tight enough, Draco wouldn't have suffered such a tragedy. In an interview with Vlad TV, Ralphie, Draco's brother, also confirmed that there was no security.
They had no security, no nothing, you know what I'm saying? Their whole security shit was fucked up. I mean, I don't really want to touch too much, but other than security, they were supposed to do their job, you know what I'm saying? We just got paid to come.
Draco's untimely death raised many unanswered questions. What could he have done to provoke over 80 men to hunt him down and kill him in his hometown, a moment that was supposed to be a highlight in his music career? His potential was cut short, leaving a void in the music industry. With all due respect, we bid farewell to the legendary rapper Draco the Ruler. His legacy, marked by his resilience in music, will continue to inspire us. Now let's continue. Over the past few years, Draco the Ruler turned the LA rap industry into something marked by controversies because during his musical career, he was involved in so many legal issues, particularly a controversial murder case in which he ended up being jailed for 3 years. Even when Draco was 12, nothing was easy because he would steal to survive. At that age, he barely knew his father. His mother, a warm-hearted and devout woman named Darylene Corneal, who worked as a preschool teacher, would tip Draco a stipend, but he was never satisfied. Instead, he would steal $1 from a tip jar in Pasadena.
What I went to jail for?
You were 12.
Oh man, I took $1 out of tip jar.
$1?
And then I'll try to put it back.
He was arrested, and the young Draco was transferred to a correctional facility called the Camp. However, this camp-style punishment never addressed the root cause of Draco's issues. During this period, Draco engaged in various crimes, including burglary and gun possession. At the age of 15, Draco was shot at Washington High School, and that was when the school authorities decided that they had had enough of Draco, and he was kicked out of school to become a permanent boy from the streets. Draco was not alone in these crimes, as his brother Ralphie the Plug was also catching cases with him at age 11. How by the time the police confronted him at a night party that later turned out differently? He was interrogated and later pardoned, but the shooter was never caught. Ever since the incident, Draco has had a gun. Draco started making money through home invasions, or as he called it, flu flaming. You see, allegedly, Draco and his homies were regular door-to-door robbers, apparently being known as the Two Greedy Families, which was later changed to the Stink Team. According to some victims, the members of the Two Greedy Families were known as flockers, an LA term used for describing burglary robbers, often targeting Asian households. At the same time, Draco was making his music, which he saw as a way of escaping from the dangers of the streets. In his music, he often said, "Mei Ling took me shopping," which is Draco's way of describing breaking into an Asian woman's house, robbing it, and buying out Neiman Marcus. For the record, Draco has maintained that he simply likes Asian iconography, suggesting that the Buddha and cat logos that his crew frequently use are simply symbols of good business and good luck. However, his tweets from 2013 and 2015 proved that he had no respect for the Asian community. Apparently, home invaders targeting the Asian community is an age-old tradition amongst LA burglars because Asian communities don't always trust the traditional banks, so they all decided to keep their cash in their homes, thus putting them at risk to LA home invaders like Draco and the Stink Team, who were desperate to make off with the cash and spend it on designer clothes and expensive chains. Now here's the catch. Despite Draco being linked to the Stink Team and the various criminal activities being carried out, he has no affiliation with any particular LA gang. Draco even went as far as to share his opinion during an interview on No Jumper that most rappers claim gang affiliation purely for protection.
Like, does Draco gangbang?
We don't do that. These niggas be gangbanging for protection. These niggas.
Here, Draco called most of LA's gang's population bumps. And to him, that was the best decision to take in the streets of LA because he was fearless and didn't care who he offended. Despite not being affiliated with any LA gangs, the police still categorized the Stink Team itself as a gang since their job is all about breaking into homes and stealing from the community, even though Draco and his team were focused on the rapping rather than the streets. The police were too quick to judge ninjas from the streets because they grew up around gangs, which was a theory that anyone that grows up in a community that has gangs in it and knows gang members, they're gang affiliated. But Draco insisted to clear the air that the Stink Team was just a rap crew. Draco believed it was important to build his career alone without relying on someone else's rules, so he openly supported his rap crew. Because of this, the Stink Team faced much criticism and attention, making him susceptible to a lot of beef among his ops. We all know why Draco the Ruler doesn't claim an alliance with the gang in LA because he doesn't want any disrespect. Also, he had a lot of friends who claimed to be affiliates of some associated gang within the neighborhoods. One of these friends was Kels, who would later appear in the Chunky Monkey video on October 25th, 2016. In the video, Ralphie the Plug wears a Planet of the Apes masks, sips on 7-Eleven coffee, and talks to Draco on the phone. The song is about keeping a big gun, which the Stink Team all masked and danced around with. However, this Chunky Monkey video wasn't just for showing off. It was actually a step on their ops' toes, and it was clear that the Stink Team would need to protect themselves around this period because the same month the Chunky Monkey video was released, Draco, his cousin, and two other members of the Stink Team, Catchy the Great and Too Shitty, were all shot at in separate incidents. Even the house where Draco's mother lived was hit by bullets. Though the reasons they were attacked were unclear, fans knew it was because of their ongoing feuds with other Blood Gang associated rappers. On the other hand, Draco and Athens Park Blood RJ's beef also got a lot of attention because of the music that they were making. Later, it turned out to be an ongoing street war with the Inglewood family Gangster Bloods that would bring a great loss to the Stink Team. For those of us who don't know, the Inglewood Family Gangster Bloods, or IFGB for short, the Inglewood Family Gangster Bloods, or simply the Inglewood Family Gang, is an LA blood set with a very long history on the streets. They're always in a feud with some neighborhood gangs like the Rolling 60s and Rolling Hundreds of gang sets, with which the Stink Team apparently has close affiliations with. Munchie B, who is also a known member of the IFGB, with a fearsome reputation in the streets, was shot in the head and left blind, resulting in internal damage. But even without his sight, Munchie B remained influential in the LA gang for years. He was interviewed alongside his fellow Inglewood Blood, Baby Dot, and Red Bull about their history.
What's the deal, man? Baby Dot from IFG, 92nd Street.
Munchie B, Inglewood Family Gangsters. Red Bull, 9 dudes put up on the side of my car and let off a gang of shots. You know what I mean? So I ended up taking a shot to the head. Shit, but unfortunately I ended up losing my sight though, but I bounced back, I was out there.
Munchie B would also tell the interviewer about his connections with YG and DJ Mustard.
Yeah, it go way back to the chain game. Before it's Inglewood family, it's called the chain game. YG, J305.
No, J305 saw me. So.
I mean, Casey Veggie say from Inglewood. I don't know that nigga though.
I do not know the fuck that is. Never seen him, never.
But he better start shouting the city.
All of this is already connecting the reasons why the Stink Team is seriously beefing with DJ Mustard, YG, and RJ. To make things worse, one of the Stink Team members, Kills, had an active feud with Red Bull, the Inglewood family blood, who was with Munchie B in the interview. Red Bull allegedly was a known member of the Inglewood family with a great reputation, but sadly, he would later try to run into the Stink Team, which later caused his death. On the 10th of December 2016, Draco, Kills, and the Stink Team went out to chill. The plan was to relax at Draco's house, but they later changed their minds because of an advertised pajama party on Instagram with other plans to recruit a 17-year-old affiliate, Arlington Blue, who was already planning to join the Stink Team. The crew went in a 5-car convoy to the party in Carson. After arriving at the venue, one of the Stink Team members, who was very observant, told Draco 15 minutes later that members from Inglewood families were there. Draco quickly suggested that they should leave. However, a few seconds after Draco's suggestion, Red Bull from Inglewood, with the real name Davon Gregory, was spotted walking past the Stink Team. This was a one-time chance encounter with Red Bull, which was spotted at the wrong place and time. For the record, Kills was having an active beef with Red Bull and the Inglewood families. Without wasting much time, the Stink Team started throwing shots at him, which left 2 people injured and Red Bull shot to death.
Shots were fired at a birthday party in Carson. 3 men were hit and one of them has now died. The shooting happened just before midnight in the 100 block of West Victoria Street. The shootout was just in front of the building that housed the party. Deputies say as many as 100 people were attending what they describe as a pay-for-entry adult-themed party.
After the shooting, Kills turned to Draco and bragged about how he emptied his entire clip into Red Bull. The Stink Team jumped back into their cars and drove to Draco's apartment. The next day, the Inglewood Gangster Blood families carried out a vigil to honor Red Bull's death, and the police were working hard to get the shooters. Red Bull's friend Baby Dot, who had appeared in an interview with Munchie and Red Bull on Street TV, expressed his feelings about Red Bull's passing in a follow-up interview.
Inglewood family, Gangster Bloods, Baby Dot the Loco, man, aka YG Indian Brace. And shit, we here, we right here. For what I heard, man, he was just, he was up there chilling, standing in line, and some shit jumped off, and he happened to be one of the people who happened to take the downfall for him, man. Him and 2 other people, I believe, was shot, but he was the only one that passed, though. That shit hit close, man. Like, Red Bull was like the first homie I lost in a long time that I was actually really close. Like, once you lose that certain person that's damn near like a brother to you, it hit a little harder to home.
Munchie B also mourned the loss of Red Bull by releasing an emotional tribute song to him titled R.I.P. RB. Before now, the police had been trying to link any committed crimes to the Stink Team, but nothing was actually found, even Red Bull's murder. But a few weeks after the shooting, Draco returned to music, singing and leaving evidence behind without even knowing. On December 16, 2016, Draco dropped a new song titled Bully Breaker. The song later helps the police find Draco's apartment location. Just over a week after that, Draco released another music video filmed in his apartment, The Impatient Freestyle. This video went viral, amassing over 31 million YouTube views and becoming the most viewed music video of Draco's career. His crew was seen with a bunch of big guns and their luxurious cars. In the lyrics of the song, he talked about gun shootings and a line where he literally says if you want to represent the Stink Team, you need to hop out the car and kill someone, was actually a diss track for Red Bull. Draco was not smart enough to disclose his location, his apartment, and the car where the incident took place. Red Bull's murder. Draco's third mixtape, which he dropped on Christmas Day 2016, featured a cover photo with his signature Mercedes SUV. It was a great mixtape, but unfortunately for Draco, that Mercedes SUV matched the description of the vehicle that was seen leaving the scene of Red Bull's murder, which later brought up a constant hatred between the Stink Team and the Inglewood gangster families. Rumors speculated that due to Red Bull's murder, there was a bounty placed on Draco's head, and the supposed gang responsible for that was actually any other gang than the Bloods. From 2016 to 2018, Draco was charged with a murder case with his homie AB. However, he was later released, but the Inglewood gangster families had already made him a target in the streets of LA. Fast forward to February 16, 2021, when a Stink Team rapper, Catchy the Great, died after being hit by a car on a Pacific Coast highway.
Pacific Coast Highway in Pacific Palisades has reopened this morning after a deadly crash there. A person was fatally struck by a vehicle in the area of PCH and Porto Marina Way shortly before 11 o'clock last night. Sky 2 was over the investigation outside of the closed restaurant Sidewalk Cafe. One car involved in the crash drove off the road and onto the beach. The identity of the victim has not been released.
Draco mourned the loss of his close friend who was in the rap game with him, Catchy the Great, and would later go live on IG to address his death, saying that ninjas didn't do anything, that he died a natural death.
All that, we playing the game and all that, bro. We playing the game and niggas want to keep acting like niggas did all this and niggas didn't do nothing. We gonna play the game, nigga. So it's straight like this, nigga. Fuck. Keep playing with the homie name like nigga. Like niggas did something, niggas ain't do nothing, nigga. Come on, man. Niggas claiming false bodies, nigga. Nigga did something to the homie. Why it ain't no bullet hole? Why it ain't no none of that, nigga? Come on, bro. Niggas is making it seem like niggas did something that they didn't do, bro. That's the type of shit these niggas be on. Niggas be so happy, like, oh yeah, one of them niggas died, bro. Nigga ain't do nothing, bro. Nigga it ain't do nothing, nigga. Come on. He died from some regular shit, natural causes, bro. Nigga hit by a car, that.
Then Draco added to call out those disrespecting Catchy in their songs or on social media, as well as saying that anybody cool with what Inglewood is doing is already a target for him and the Stink Team, even if they're not from LA. The video went viral, which made YG, a known member of the Inglewood family, respond, but without actually being specific. He said in an interview that his crew doesn't do rap beef.
All that rap beef and all that shit, we not rap beefing, we really beefing. The homies gonna get you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we ain't even trying to do that. We chilling. We not on that. So, you know what I'm saying? That's what I tell the homies. That's what I tell the homies, that my niggas who I be with, that I hang with, you know what I'm saying? Niggas like D3, young niggas, like, bro, that's not cool. Like, we ain't.
This statement appears to be a bold threat, and it doesn't take long when Draco replied. On March 11th, 2021, Draco took to IG Live to preview his song, whose lyrics warned that rappers would be Swiss cheesed, or shot if they crossed a certain line. The following week, he continued his bold streak by dissing YG and Snoop Dogg.
That's what I said, nigga. Niggas keep tagging all these niggas and all that. First of all, niggas keep saying all this. Oh, what about Kenny? What about YG? Not independent, nigga. Nigga, what about Snoop Dogg? He beat a murder, not the death penalty. Nigga, fuck is wrong with these niggas? Nigga, oh, what about this nigga? What about Lil Boosie? He beat one murder. I beat one murder. Attempts, nigga. Conspiracy, nigga, yeah. Nigga, if y'all gonna talk, nigga, know what y'all talking about, nigga.
Draco was ready to provoke his rivals at any given moment. However, the tragic loss of his close friend, Catchy the Great, seemed to make him unleash his wrath on the killers, but his ops were ready to retaliate the following month by dissing his dead friend in a song. On April 9th, 2021, Inglewood-affiliated rapper Ice Water Rock dropped a song titled Catchy Pack. The song was a diss track mainly focused on mocking Catchy the Great's death and showing utmost disrespect by driving over tomato ketchup packets. Draco escalated things by dropping a diss track in 2021 titled Inglewood, in which he criticized everyone linked to that neighborhood. It was actually a complete mockery of the entire blood-affiliated city of Inglewood. One thing people love about Draco is that he expresses his pain through music and provoking his rivals on social media. In fact, his musical content revolved around his rivals mocking their losses in the streets and using offensive catchphrases like "he's never coming back." This act of his made Draco a target to be killed in LA. If you look closely enough at Draco's career, you'll find a few clues as to why his ops in the city of LA are trying to get him out of the way, because he was set to perform his next show at the Once Upon a Time in LA Music Festival. But his life was cut short by his ops. An altercation happened outside where Draco and his team were faced with 40 to 60 ninjas with ski masks. Somebody in a black ski mask was handed an object, and at that point, Draco wept. The question everyone else was asking was, who could have been responsible for his death? Over the years, Draco the Ruler has become known for his connection with the Crip gang, but was also cool with Bloods as well. Somewhere along the line, he and the IFGB Inglewood family Gangster Bloods gang got into it, and this has been the main speculation that led to the events that caused his death. Draco affiliate K7, the Finesser, said something about his death and pointed accusing fingers at YG. Apparently, according to him, LA rap star YG is the one responsible for Draco's death, and he set the entire thing up because he was jealous Draco was taking his spot.
It's weird because Draco actually tried to quit the Bloods at first when he first got out of jail. This shit weird. It's hating, bro. YG a real he knew Draco was gonna take his spot. Cuz really set the whole shit up, bro. This shit was a setup from the start, bro. Should have been seen this whole setup shit that these
K7, the finesser, explained that everything was cool at the concert until YG and his crew came through with security, sneaking some weapons in.
I'm gonna be honest, fool, on 30 Crib, when we first came in, you know, we was there, certain niggas was there early, so it was cool, like it wasn't no tension, like, but YG and them wasn't there because they performed later, fool. So, you know what I'm saying? The nigga came in, as soon as he came, it went bad, basically, like niggas know what they was doing, bro. It was a whole setup, nigga. We got on my mama, bro. Them niggas got the big ass ball security guard snuck in knives, all type of weird shit, nigga.
You can tell from the video he is hurt over Draco and just needs to get things off his chest, even if, due to his lifestyle, he broke the street code.
YG can't perform in LA no more, bro. I don't give a who feel about what or anything, nigga. I don't care, bro. Niggas always do some nigga for a real one, bro. I'm over this shit, bro. My mom, these niggas is.
Many people say that there have been no beef between YG and Draco the Ruler, but there is evidence to back up what K7 the Finesser accuses YG of. Now, remember when I mentioned Draco the Ruler had beef with Inglewood family Bloods? Let's go back to the December 10th shooting of IFGB member Davion Gregory, aka Red Bull. You can see where everything is coming from and how everything started. There's no clear proof that what K7 the Finesser said about YG setting up Draco is true, but he's an eyewitness to what happened, and there's evidence of the beef between Draco, YG's camp, and YG on record. That's why rappers must be careful with what they do and say on social media. Draco the Ruler, a rising star from Los Angeles, was filled with talent, controversy, and an untimely end that shocked fans in the industry. But what if his death wasn't just another random act of violence? What if there was more to the story? Well, let us know in the comments section below.